There are tons of black people, not just black men, black people in this country that associate the people that are rich with being Republicans. So they want to be Republicans because they think that's how they'll be able to reach financial success. That's why they tell you all of the crap about Donald Trump being the one that brought the money in, even though just that sentence alone gives you enough insight into them to know that they have no idea what they're talking about, because anybody that knows anything about politics would know he didn't do anything to help you financially.
Yeah.
So the only person that would ever say that to you is somebody that's ignorant. There's somebody that does not know what they're talking about. Then on top of it, there are tons of platforms that magnify it and push it out and say, yo, this is what we need to do. This is how you need to act. Yo, you asked me about Antonio Brown. You asked me about an ex-football player dressed up in like an American flag.
But he's a black man.
He got CTE.
But he's a black man.
The man doesn't think straight. I don't care what you are if you can't think straight.
But he's a black man who's not voting for the Harris administration, which is fine. You vote for who you want to vote for.
He
but
would vote for
his
rock.
matter. He might, but his voice and his vote matters. And if he can sit there and do that,
his voice does not matter.
But
there's
plenty of other black men who are not even going to vote. They just going to sit on the sidelines and get upset and talk about what should have happened, and they ain't even cast a ballot. So that's what I'm saying to you, though. I'm saying that his voice, just like the Earn Your Leisure people, just like ours, just like any other black man, prominent, young bull or not, matters.
I don't want to throw it 100% on the Earn Your Leisure because I don't know what they believe in politically. I'm just talking about that type of person that swears by that kind of the gospel by the financial social media stars.
But
they usually
like Wall Street Trapper.
I don't know who that is, but they usually fall on that side of the fence. They usually fall on the side of, oh yeah, well I rock with Trump because if you look at the policies that they did, and it's like they don't know any of the policies. I do believe that everybody's vote does matter technically because everybody's vote can be cast. But no, everybody's opinion don't matter. I don't care what Antonio Brown is somebody that has been a millionaire for the last 10 years that has brain trauma, clear brain trauma. He does things that do not make sense. So when you try to appeal to the lowest common denominator, when it doesn't matter if the people you talking to are smart, the people you talking to are intelligent, and the only thing you trying to do is put somebody on a TV screen that people will have they'll have name recognition with, so that you can then say whatever you want to, and then the crowd will chant it back and everybody will raise their hands. That's cool. I don't care. You can't make it's this.
You do care because that's why you upset.
But
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying when you're saying I don't care. But for
it doesn't do what it does.
It does because here's what I'm saying. When you get a whole bunch of group of people who think the same way, that's like, okay, I'm not voting for this black woman because she's a woman, or I'm not voting
what can you do about that?
Hold on. Or I'm not voting for her because she locked up so many black people, which she didn't do.
Of course not.
Or I'm not voting for her because this man gave me some money and I don't know what she really talking about, and she used to date Montel, and so whatever the crap
that was hard.
Her dating Montel.
Yeah, that was hard. I like that. I like that.
I can't knock the hustle. Shout out to Montel.
Shout out to Montel.
My point is that when you have all these people and they're willing to hold their vote, it impacts us because the people on the other side who are believing the ignorance, who are believing the mistruths, who are believing the lies, they gonna go vote. And the ones that are sitting on the sidelines and the ones that are sitting there saying, "Oh, I'm gonna hold my black vote," like a Dr. Umar, you know what I'm saying? Who's perpetuating people saying you need to earn our vote. Sure, earn it, but you still need to tell them, go cast your ballot. That's what I appreciate about Plies. At least Plies gonna say, look, I may not agree with you, and you may go vote for whoever you want to, but at least go vote. But I'm telling you, if you do go vote over here, you are agreeing to this as well as this.
Do you know why Plies talks like that?
I mean, he's educated. He's
It's not even. That has nothing to do with any of that. You know why he really doesn't do it? He doesn't have any financial ties to any of this. He's not. He's just telling you how he feels about things. He's not doing it to build some political following or become the smart black man in the room. That's not what he's doing. He's getting on his phone as regular Plies and telling you exactly how y'all look to regular people. And I don't care what
I love it.
You know what? You know why? You know stuff like you just brought up Dr. Umar. Nobody, and I mean nobody, worth anything respectable thinks of Dr. Umar as anything but somebody that does things for money. He will go talk where you want him to. He will show up where you want him to if you pay that price. Where the school at? I don't care what Dr. Umar think about anything, especially who's supposed to be president.
What I'm saying is, but you're how old are you again?
28.
28, right? There are other 28-year-olds who don't.
That do.
Exactly. And so, and to those 28-year-olds that are sitting there,
they're believing, right?
Believing.
Let me ask you this.
And all I'm saying is, we need to speak to them to tell them, hey,
let me ask you this:
you can't afford. I'm looking at the camera. Hey, you, whoever you are. You cannot afford to sit on the sideline and not cast your ballot.
I'm not saying
you can't even afford really to vote the opposite direction, because if you do, the world that you think that doesn't affect you, the policies that you think don't impact you, they actually do, because inflation and eggs and the prices of things going up and the way your insurance, all that stuff is impacted. Why? By the political people we put in power, not only from a federal level, but also from the local level as well. So I just wanted to make sure we
and I'm
make
100%,
that.
And you know I'm 100% with that. That's not even that. That's common sense. Obviously, your vote matters, and your vote should be cast if you can vote.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to be able to raise your hand and act like you have something to say, then yeah, we should be able to go back and see that you've been voting. That's real. But at the same time, these things that these dudes do for this stupid ass attention, and they get it. They get it every time under the guise of we have to have the conversation. No, we don't. I don't give a damn what Dr. Umar thinks. Nobody should. And if we stop talking about these dudes instead of rewarding them like you reward an 8-year-old for being the loudest in class by telling them they the smartest, they would shut up.
You think, okay, and I hear you, but do you think Antonio Brown, not talking about, if we just ignore the fact that Antonio Brown, and that may be true, but whatever influence he has, and we just ignore him and act like he don't matter, and all those other black men that don't matter, right?
There is nobody that's not ignorant that's being influenced by Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown is a known idiot. He's a known idiot. He walked off a football. He got naked on a football field and walked off. He went to Oakland and burnt the bottom of his feet off working out with no socks. Nobody cares what he thinks. Okay. But because he's a celebrity and Donald Trump whoever runs Donald Trump's campaign understands that the people that support Donald Trump are not the brightest.
Yeah.
They aren't the brightest. So if you put people in front of them, they will align with those people just because they like them. Those people are people whose votes you aren't going to sway. That's what I'm saying. People that are that stupid are not going to have their vote swayed after they made a decision.
I believe you can sway a stupid person. You can.
Not after they made a decision.
I believe you can sway, if there's time, you can sway a stupid person.